Hello, and welcome to this edition of Enchanting Education. We are glad you've decided to learn with us today. Sounds like you've received a scheduling request from Ms. Feathermore. Yes, she can be rather needy, but it's all for the best. Before we jump into taking care of the diabolic discrepancy in Mr. Weasley and Mr. Shacklebolt's schedules, let's first confirm that everything's starting at 8 a.m., ending at 5 p.m., and that we have an hour set aside for the House Elf Feast. First, we'll click on the OCI Schedules tab within the Ministry's company profile to get to their schedule. From there, click on the date they'll be visiting, in this case, October 15th. You'll automatically be plopped into the Schedule Details area of the Edit tab. Scroll down a bit to where it says Time Span. In this case, we can just click Full Day and it will block out the times we need. Scroll down again and we will see 8 to noon in the morning, an hour set aside for midday meal, and 1 to 5 in the afternoon for more interviews. By George, it looks like you've done it. On to the next step now. Since Mr. Weasley and Mr. Shacklebolt will be here for different time lengths, we'll have to make some changes to, you guessed it, the slot matrix. Let's go ahead and walk through this together. Back at the top, click on Slot Matrix, which is the third option within the Edit tab. Now that we're in the slot matrix, let's follow the steps good old Simplicity has laid out for us. Step 1 gives us the option to switch to room view. That can be useful, but for today's purposes, let's just leave it on position view. For step 2, let's select the Muggle Relations position for which Mr. Weasley will be interviewing. And finally, step 3. See how those little checkboxes down below each room? We're going to make sure that the checkboxes are only selected beneath one of the rooms. By simply clicking on the minus button, we can get rid of all the checks beneath one of the rooms. Don't forget to click Save. That's a spellbinding step you wouldn't want to miss. Next, let's change the position in the drop-down menu to that of Auror. Since Mr. Shacklebolt can only stay until 2:30 p.m., let's first uncheck the boxes that are being used for the Muggle Relations room and then hop on over to the other room and find that ending time of 2:30 p.m., move on down to the next slot, click, 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 and click, and then we will save, and just like that you have done it. Now in the drop-down menu, you'll see that Muggle Relations has 16 slots assigned, while Auror only has 11 slots assigned. If you see this, you know you've done it correctly. Still have questions? Nudge one of your conjuring co-workers for some clarification. Thanks for joining us briefly for this edition of Enchanting Education. May your learning be lovely and your day be delightful. See you next time!